Hi friends, welcome to TechieMit. Today in this video we will see what is static class and its static variables. What do you mean by that? What is its scope in Java? Firstly we will see static variables. So as you can see in the screen, there is static demo class is there. In that class I have declared two variables which are static, namely num1 and num2, and there is also a static string which you can see on the screen. One thing I have done, and I have declared the class, and at the class level I have declared this as a static variable. So when you declare this as static variables, what happens is that memory is allocated during the class loading, and this same copy can be shared among different methods and between in the class that are using these variables. So same copy is shared between multiple call to the methods using these variables. We'll see how. So as you can see, there are two variables. One is the result variable and one is the stat string variable. What I've done is I've called two non-static method, namely subtract and product. What you have done in subtract, I just written a method and written the logic for subtracting two variables, num1 and num2, result, and written the results. Result to the main method, and there is another method called as in product, which also takes int num1 in num2 as arguments, and similarly it returns the result. What happens, we initially call those methods. We'll see, we initially call this method and we'll see how the values return between the method calls. As you can see in the screen, yeah, as you see, it's printing static integer before initialization value num1 is 0, num2 is 0. Yeah. Here one thing I love to specify is that when you do not initialize any static value, by default it gives as 0. This is the basic Java rule. Whereas in the non-static variable you need to initialize, otherwise the compiler may throw warning. And also by default it assigns string value as null. As you can see, static string value is null. So I have given parameters for subtraction as 2000 and 500. So 2000 minus 500, it comes to 1500, which can be seen on the screen, and production result is 3000. That's also printed as well. So that was all about static variables and its scope and how they can be accessed between different method calls, and class level it can be accessed. So that was about that. Now I will move to static classes. Keep in mind that static classes are also mean to be nested classes. I will explain how. As you can see the screen, this is a normal class which I have described a static class demo. It contains a static string message. Also I have written a class as nested static. I have provided a static method as well as a non-static method. In this non-static method I have just printed a message, and then also static method I have printed the message. You can see here a static declared the variable at class level. So one thing I will here like to specify, when I'm given to the call to the main method, yeah, static class dot nested static. Yeah, meanwhile what the difference is here, that when you are giving call to a static class, you have to write the class name succeeded by dot operated, and which is actually the static class you have to specify over here. So first is the outer class name, in which you are holding the static class succeeded by the static class name, and here you declare an instance variable, and in the new operator it creates a new object of the non-static class, and it gives a call to the static class. Similarly, as non-static classes, how we give call using the constructor. So what happens with this constructor gives the call to the static class. Also, you can see here is that directly using the instance variable you call the static non-static method message. Also, here the difference is that using the instance variable you can give call to the non-static method only. But one more important difference is that when you give call to the static method, you have to give specify in the same hierarchy. That is outer class name followed by static class name followed by the static method if any. So this is the call precedence or hierarchy you may say. So in this video we covered about the static variables, their scope, how we can declare and utilizing it over the class level, and also static classes, how we need to declare and initialize them and utilize them. So this video was about that. Thanks for watching. Thank you.